Setups review part 2. Last episode's winners were these two setups, so their mouse pads are on the way. Now let's get into this week's setups. Starting off with Maxim's setup. By looks of these photos, you can tell that to have a nice setup, you just need to put in some effort. And that effort is shown here. You don't need a maxed out PC, you don't need the nicest peripherals. I can go on, but I think you guys get my point. Use some inexpensive shells, fake plants, some figurines, and this RGB light behind the monitor, and it looks great. I know in the future this setup will only get better, but right now he gets a 7.3 out of 10. Next we have Toku's setup. I really like this one. It's clear they're going for a really professional look, and it's nothing too fancy. There are some cables hanging around, but that can easily be cleaned up. I do like the Steam Deck to the side for gaming, and if you hate on Apple products just because they're Apple, you clearly don't know your computers. That Mac Mini is a beast. You should get a new mouse though, and maybe even an easy mouse pad. Right now the setup gets a 6.7 out of 10. Now listen, this setup is probably alright, but it would be a lot better if we got a picture with some lighting. I'm using this as an example, not to send a photo like this, because I can barely see what's going on, and it's going to lose some points for that. There is no mouse pad, but with the peripherals like these, it seems like they just took it out to give themselves a better chance to win. I'm going to have to give it a 3 out of 10. Next is probably the best setup we've seen so far. I love the vertical horizontal monitor setup. I also like the fact that you use speakers as opposed to just using his headset. You also have some pretty good cable management skills, and I like the drawers under the desk. I would take your laptop and put it on a stand to get another monitor on your right. I'll give you an 8.3 out of 10. Next setup follows a similar monitor setup. The photo's a bit closer so you can better analyze it. You have a pretty high quality keyboard, and I use that exact mouse for a while, and it's awesome. You should get some speakers though, and maybe a new headset so you wouldn't have to use one with tape all over it. You may get some hate for using an Alienware PC, but I don't see no problem with that. I'll rate it a 7.9 out of 10. That concludes setup review part 2. If you want to be featured in the setup review, send in your setup to easysetups@gmail.com and you'll be entered to win a free mouse pad. And remember, when you're voting in the comments, vote for the person who actually needs a mouse pad rather than the person who could afford a mouse pad. And if you don't have a setup to send in, then you should get one. And one of the main parts of a setup is the PC, which we sell here at Easy Computers. We have affordable and environmentally friendly options that have great performance. If you want a PC, don't sleep. Buy from Easy.